All right, we're back. Going to be doing some wood restoration here on this old deck out here on the beach. They've replaced a lot of the running boards, but all of the handrails and all that stuff got to be good. And you'll see here in a second, these are some extremely dirty decks. All sorts of algae and mold, a lot of wood mold. Just giving a bit of a walkthrough so you guys can appreciate how well these chemicals are going to work today. They're in really bad shape. This deck hasn't been washed according to the owner. He thinks ever. So they've been sitting underneath these live oaks for some time now. You can see how on there that stuff is. It's pretty scaled on the railings as well. So you got a mix of everything, really. You've got a little bit of moss in a few areas. You can see right there on the right. I kind of glazed by it, but mostly it's just algae and wood mold. So we're going to be using some Wood Wizard on it today and pump spraying it with just a pump sprayer, and then we coming back in with a adjustable M-Jet on using my 8-gallon machine. So here are some befores and really bad walkway. All this stuff turns out really good, so I've already done a fair amount of it, but here we go. That's basically it. You just add it to it. This stuff is crazy expensive, but man, it does an extremely good job for the purposes of what it is. So enjoy. You can see I'm using a adjustable M-Jet here, and I'm not having to get very close at all, and I'm really careful not to, because this wood is extremely old, so it's very, very soft, and the chemical does such a good job that there's no sense in getting too close to it, and you're just going to fur it. I've learned the hard way that it will, just like SH, it will fur the wood because it softens it up so much, so you've got to keep your distance from it. But even so, I've got my throttle down to about 3/4, and that adjustable M-Jet right there is like super low pressure. You can spray directly on your hand, so it was even less pressure than what the manufacturer for Wood Wizard actually recommends on it. So, but this is also very old wood, so it's extremely soft. You'll be able to see here that stuff just melts right on off of there, so it does extremely well. Very good job. A great view here of what we got going on, but job. It brightens everything right up. So especially if you follow this up with some oxalic acid, then you get some really good results. And we were able to get this entire place cleaned in, I think, maybe 3 hours, which is about average, I guess. But with pump spraying the entire thing, I thought it was going to take us a lot longer because it was so dirty, but it ends up doing a very good job. And that Wood Wizard is pretty good product. This is the first one that I've used on such a large deck. I mean, we clean decks this size all the time, but usually for this I would go with sodium percarbonate. But I wanted to give the Wood Wizard a try this time, see if it was able to give me the results that I was looking for. Since I've tested it out pretty extensively at this point, it's been giving me what I need. So you can see right there, got a little trouble with some moss that really wanted to hold on to it. So I ended up coming back through and hitting it with a brush, and then we got it all the way off there. But it's coming really clean. Turns out really nice. All the after photos are going to be really good, so stick around to the end so you can see them. So this is obviously sped up a little bit by, I think it's two times, but you get the gist of it. You can see I'm keeping even longer distance away from the wood than is recommended, lower pressure than is recommended, and still getting really great results. All of that dirt and grime is just melting right off of there. So turns out really nice. One thing that I really like about this product is you can see here I'm seemingly enough not worried at all about making any hard lines. One, I'm not running enough pressure really to, but also I haven't found that this stuff will allow you to run as many hard lines even on accident. So look at that stuff just melting right on off of there. It's really nice. Really turns out nice. So the final results look pretty good. I would eventually like to get a X-Jet just to see what it would do. I'm used to downstreaming, so I've never really gotten into the whole carrying a 5-gallon bucket thing around. I really prefer downstreaming, even though I use a pump sprayer, but I'd like to see what the difference would be if I was spraying it directly onto the surface as opposed to pump spraying it. So turned out pretty nice. The darker parts are, it's as light as it's ever going to get. So we finished it off with all the lattice around the side and turned out really good. So for a pump sprayer, I'd say it's pretty good results. So it's good stuff.